Hello and welcome to another top 10 video. We're up to the 7th top 10 now. Last time we did Smash Bros characters, and we will be continuing that with a follow-up top 10 probably in January at some point. However, this top 10 is my top 10 favourite Jedi characters from Star Wars. Criteria I decided for this list was they have to appear in one of the 6 live-action movies. However, my reasonings for them can be from other media, so video games, comics, all that other good stuff, Clone Wars stuff. But they have to have appeared in one of them, so if they are a Jedi and they haven't, and there's loads of Jedis who haven't, then I'm not allowed to include them. So yeah, without further ado, let's move on to my number 10 pick. Number 10. So coming in at the number 10 position on my list, we have who I'm assuming is a Jedi Master Coleman Trebor. He was a Verk male Jedi who was a member of the Jedi Council. He appeared in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where he died, unfortunately. R.I.P. Coleman Trebor. So basically, the scene where he dies isn't the most important scene really featuring him. He wasn't featured much in the films. It's basically where he attempts to kill Count Dooku. However, before he gets a chance to act, he is shot by Jango Fett and dies. He's the guy with the green lightsaber, grey skin, pointy head. Died at the opening battle of the Clone Wars. So, rip Coleman Trebor. But yeah, he has always stood out to me as a character. I don't know why, because he doesn't have a speaking role of any kind. He's just briefly there and then he dies. But I just like him, so he's on my list on the number 10 spot. Number 9. Coming in at the number 9 spot on my list, we have Even Piel. He is a Lanik Jedi. He appeared in his first appearance was in the first one, The Phantom Menace, and he's also appeared in the Clone Wars. I believe he appeared in Attack of the Clones as well. He was a member of the Jedi Council. He was a Jedi Master as well. He was the little midget guy with the one of his eyes was all scarred and stuff. He hasn't really appeared in too much stuff. He appeared in the Clone Wars where he died during the Battle of Lola Sayu. In that arc he had a green lightsaber. However, originally I think he had a blue lightsaber, except he never uses it. You don't see him much in the films. He doesn't speak at all, but he's pops up in the background of all the council scenes and the Naboo celebration scene in The Phantom Menace. And you see him on set on the council in the second one. He's obviously dead by the third one, so you don't see him in that. But yeah, I just always thought he looks cool, and his appearance in the Clone Wars was pretty cool. He's supposed to be a really good Jedi when it comes to lightsaber technique, and being that I've always preferred lightsaber techniques over Force techniques, that gives him a selling point for me, and so Even Piel is on my list in the number 9 spot. Number 8. Coming in at number 8 on the list, we have Luminara Unduli, the female Mirarilan Jedi. I'm not sure I'm good at pronouncing her race, so I might have just butchered that, but you might know who I mean. She's the green-skinned lady with the nun-like costume. She appeared first in Attack of the Clones, where she's a Jedi Master. She appeared quite a bit in Attack of the Clones, and goes with all the Jedis when they go to start the Battle of Geonosis. And she appears at various points in the Clone Wars. She served in the Clone Wars and appeared in the TV show in an episode. I think it was an arc more than an episode, where they went back to Geonosis and there was a second Geonosis battle, where she appeared alongside her Padawan Barriss Offee. So yeah, she trained her, and then she ended up dying, as most of the Jedis did in the Clone Wars. To be fair, when she went to Kashyyyk, and she was executed when Palpatine gave out the order to execute Order 66. She was on Kashyyyk with Yoda. Yoda obviously survived because otherwise the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi couldn't have happened. But Luminara was unfortunately killed. However, they did bring her, bring her back in the Rebels. She was the main plot of an arc in the Rebels TV show. She didn't actually appear alive, but you get to see, they use her preserved corpse to lure surviving Jedis and end up killing them. So yeah. Anyway, Luminara Unduli is my number 8 pick.
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7 on my list, we have Jedi Master ObiWan Kenobi. Yes, I'm only putting ObiWan Kenobi at the 7th spot on the list, but at least he made the list. He has appeared in every Star Wars film. 2 of them he has appeared as a ghost, a Force ghost, as he is one of the Jedis who has learned the ability to become a Force projection from the great beyond. However, he also appeared in 4 of them alive, where he played a very major role in the Clone Wars, in the creation of Darth Vader, and in the training of Luke Skywalker, who eventually brought down the rebellion. He was trained by Jedi Master Qui Gon Jinn. He had Anakin as his Padawan until he became Darth Vader, and then obviously didn't have a Padawan until he had Luke as his Padawan, technically. Obviously he has a blue lightsaber. Yeah, he generally serves a pretty big role in the Clone Wars. He appears winning everything. He got captured in Attack of the Clones and was the result of the Jedi's going to Geonosis, which kicked off the Clone Wars. So that's a pretty interesting achievement on his behalf. And yeah, he killed General Grievous too. That was a pretty big achievement. He killed Darth Maul. So he's killed quite a lot of dudes that are important villainous characters. He failed miserably at trying to kill Count Dooku, however. But that's by the by. So yeah, ObiWan Kenobi, number 7.
Number 6.
Coming in at the number 6 position, we have Kit Fisto, the Nautolan Jedi Master, who served in the Clone Wars along with the other Jedi. He was one of the more prominent roles. He first appeared in Attack of the Clones, and is known for the scene in which he uses his Force push to knock over the weird C-3PO battle droid hybrid and giving him a cheeky grin. However, he's normally known as a more serious of one of the Jedis. He was in an awful lot of the Clone Wars episodes. Generally, he has a green lightsaber. However, I believe in some of the Clone Wars he also had a blue lightsaber and wielded 2. But I may be wrong about that. It's a while since I've seen any Clone Wars episodes. He was killed in Revenge of the Sith just before the start of the Order 66 executions, when he was brutally chopped down by Darth Sidious in a surprise attack during his attempted arrest, in which Kit Fisto attempted to help, along with 2 other Jedi Masters and Mace Windu. I think the others were like Sias Tin and Asian Kolar. I may be pronouncing those both wrong, but I know who I mean. But yeah, he died, rip. But he did make some pretty good progress in the Clone Wars and was a very well-known Jedi Master, General, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, number 6 is Kit Fisto.
Number 5.
Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Qui Gon Jinn, the Jedi Master who appeared in The Phantom Menace and trained ObiWan Kenobi in the ways of the Force. He had a green lightsaber, he was human, and he played a very big role in the invasion of Naboo and stopping the invasion of Naboo. I mean, he wasn't part of the Trade Federation, but he helped Queen Amidala and the whole Naboo crisis thing, where he actually died doing that, as he was stabbed by Darth Maul. However, his green saber was used to, well, he didn't kill Darth Maul technically, but we like to think that he did. Well, he chopped him in half on Naboo, and yeah. He also very, very briefly began to train Anakin Skywalker. However, he passed that burden on to Obi-Wan as he was killed too quickly to be able to do much training himself. So yeah, number 5 is Qui Gon Jinn.
Number 4.
Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Jedi Master Ki-Adi-Mundi, who is a Syrian Jedi Master, who is one of the oldest serving council members. He is known notably because of his large extended forehead, which makes him different and noticeable compared to other humans who are not obviously Syrian. He fought in the Clone Wars. He was helped with Mace Windu on the assault of Geonosis to rescue Obi-Wan and Anakin and Padme. He served many battles of the Clone Wars, and was leading the charge on Megiddo at the finale of the Clone Wars, where he was killed in Order 66. He was winning the battle, and his clones turned on him under the orders of Order 66, and he was shot and murdered. Rip Ki-Adi-Mundi. So yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi is known for generally having a blue lightsaber. However, there was a scene in the Attack of the Clones film where he had a green lightsaber for some reason. Bit of trivia for you there. So yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi is my number 4 pick.
Number 3.
Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Jedi Master Mace Windu. He is infamous in the on-screen universe of Star Wars for having a purple lightsaber, being the only character on screen in the live-action movies to have this. He appeared in all 3 of the original, the prequel trilogy, sorry, not the original trilogy at all, and was portrayed by the legendary Samuel L. Jackson, so that's always a plus. Mace Windu, he was human, obviously. He was basically the second highest ranking member of the council, other than Yoda, for the majority of his time there. He was also responsible for training I think it's Deepa Bilaba, possibly, her name is. She was another notable Jedi who ended up also being on the Jedi Council by the time of Revenge of the Sith. He was killed by Palpatine and Anakin at his attempted arrest, where he attempted to kill the Chancellor. However, the turned Anakin sliced off his hand, allowing Darth Sidious to wreck him with Force lightning and send him flying out of a window. However, he did make some notable achievements in his time in the Clone Wars. He led the charge of the Jedis on the Battle of Geonosis, where he also killed Jango Fett. And yeah, he was quite a powerful being. So Mace Windu is at number 3.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, we have Platoon, Jedi Master Platoon. He served on the Jedi Council in The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and all the way up to Revenge of the Sith. However, he was never actually seen on the council scenes, as he was in battle in that film. Plo Koon has had many different lightsabers over the time. He's had yellow, he's had blue, he's had orange, I think, as well. So that's a thing. I don't really know why, if there's a reason. He is a Keldor, which, I think he's the only one of the few Keldors that you see on screen, actually. So that's an interesting thing. He served in on a lot of the Clone Wars, to be fair. He went with the Battle of Geonosis with Mace Windu. He was present in many of the Clone Wars TV show episodes, where he played a pretty predominant role. He was the Jedi who discovered Ahsoka for the Clone Wars, who's like one of the main characters in the Clone Wars series. So that's a thing. Yeah, he ended up being killed under the Order 66 thing on Cato Nemodia as he was shot down by his squadron of Arc 170 fighters. The clones, they shot him and he blew up and died. So, rip Platoon. So yeah, Platoon, he's just a cool character. He has a cool face. He's a cool race. I like that too. And he's supposed to be quite a good Jedi. I mean, he's been on the Council for a while. He's one of the few members of the original Council who didn't get like brutally murdered at some point during the Clone Wars or something. Until like Order 66, like everyone else seemed to, apart from the ones that we've mentioned previously. So yeah, Plo Koon is at number 2.
Number 1.
Coming in at the number 1 spot is none other than Grand Jedi Master Yoda, who is by far the greatest Force user in the franchise. Well, maybe not the greatest Force user, that might be stretching it, because Palpatine is pretty powerful, even though he is like completely insane. But yeah, I love Yoda's lightsaber style, the whole backflipping off of everything around you and using multiple Force jumps in his just lightsaber combat, not construct, that's not the right word at all. Don't know why that pops into my head. The fact that he has a youngling-sized lightsaber, even though he's a 900-year-old Grand Master of the Jedi Order, is funny to me, even though obviously it fits because of his size. And yeah, Yoda is just like the biggest badass. In all of the scenes where he fights, he kicks like massive ass. He has this pretty much the strongest Force capabilities, being that he can sense the Jedi's dying on planets massively far away. He can sense people's feelings in different systems, which was shown in, what film was it? Attack of the Clones, where he sensed Anakin's anger when he was fighting the Tusken Raiders when he was on Coruscant. He had the balls to take on Darth Sidious, although only briefly, in which it was shown also that he could reflect Force lightning, the only Jedi who can do that, by the way, that is, well, at least that you see on screen. The others all just have to try and dodge it or block it with their lightsaber. But Yoda is literally able to just wisp it away with his hands, and or use it back, because Yoda. The scene where he fights Palpatine in the Senate is one of my favourite scenes. I'm disappointed that he didn't fully go through with dying at that point, because I mean, yes, I know it would have messed up Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, but I do believe that if Yoda had continued to fight against Palpatine in that scene, he would have been able to defeat him. However, that is a rant for another day, and not today. Not that day? So yeah, all in all, I do generally love Yoda. Also, the fact that he's like the only one of his species you ever see, and the fact that they don't know his species, so it's just called Yoda's species, makes him even cooler as well. So yeah, number 1, Yoda. And that about wraps it up for this list, to be fair. So I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave your favourite Jedi in the comments section below, and be sure to tune into other videos. Be sure to tell me if you end up seeing Star Wars The Force Awakens and what you thought of that. I'm going to go see it on Friday, so I should hopefully be enjoying that. I won't give any spoilers in any future videos, so do not worry about that. Next week we will have our final Star Wars related video. It is actually a opening video, so if you are hyped, be sure to tune in then to see an opening video to do with Star Wars, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!